In the whirlwind of modern life, where notifications never stop, responsibilities pile high, and time seems to slip between our fingers, many of us find ourselves running on empty. There is a weariness that isn't physical, but spiritual. It's the quiet kind of exhaustion that lingers in the background of our smiles, our conversations, our thoughts, a sense that we are spread too thin, too often, for too long. We live in a culture that praises busyness, where doing more is seen as virtue and rest, strangely, as weakness. We are conditioned to say yes to everything and everyone until the yes becomes a cage, until we wake up one day unable to recognize the person we've become, too distant from our own breath, too drained to hear the quiet voice inside whispering, "Slow down." But the Buddha, in his timeless wisdom, offered us a different way. He taught us that suffering arises not from what the world does to us, but from how we respond to it. The chaos outside cannot steal your peace unless you open the door. And in that teaching lies a simple, profound truth. Boundaries are not selfish. They are sacred. To protect one's peace is an act of wisdom, not defiance. To say no is not rejection, but remembrance of who you are, of what truly matters, of the stillness you were born with. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha reminds us, you will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. And so too, we are not punished for overextending ourselves. We are punished by it. When we lose our boundaries, we lose the very ground we stand on. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors with locks we get to control. They are invitations to intentional living. They are the lines we draw in the sand, not to keep others out, but to keep ourselves whole. So let us begin. First, there is the boundary of time, our most precious and finite resource. How many of us give away our time like it is endless? We fill our schedules with obligation, with noise, with everything but ourselves. We say yes to the unnecessary and no to the soul. The Buddha urged us, do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. To set boundaries around your time is to reclaim your life, to recognize that every yes must be bought with a no. That rest is not lazy, it is sacred. That solitude is not isolation, it is restoration. Imagine, for just 1 week, treating your time as treasure, blocking out moments not just for tasks, but for tea, for silence, for breath, for joy. Watch how life begins to expand. Next is the boundary of emotion. The world will always swirl around us with stories, conflicts, energies, not our own. If we let every passing storm enter our heart, we will always live under gray skies. But the Buddha taught equanimity, a deep inner calm that doesn't depend on circumstances. To build emotional boundaries is to recognize that not every emotion that enters your space belongs to you. You are allowed to protect your peace, to step back from conversations that leave you feeling small, to walk away from patterns that hurt your spirit, to say, gently but firmly, I love you, but I cannot carry this with you. In protecting your inner weather, you make space for compassion to blossom, not from duty, but from clarity. Then, there is the boundary in relationships. Love without limits is a beautiful idea, but in practice, it often leads to burnout. True love honors self as well as other. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection, the Buddha said. And yet, how often do we give endlessly until we are hollow? Healthy relationships are gardens, not wildfires. They require tending, space, light. Boundaries are not rejection. They are the soil in which trust grows. To say, I need time for myself, is not abandonment. It is truth. And truth is the foundation of love. The more you respect your needs, the more you give others permission to respect theirs. This is how we build relationships that endure, not through sacrifice, but through balance. Now, we arrive at the boundary between work and life. In a world where productivity is currency, it's easy to forget we are not machines. We were not built to be on all the time. The Buddha's middle way teaches us, avoid extremes. Too much striving leads to suffering. Too much idleness leads to decay. The balance lies in rhythm. To set work boundaries is to reclaim your humanity. To say, when the workday ends, I return to myself, to family, to the moment. Turn off the phone, close the laptop, step outside, feel the wind again. Touch the world not through deadlines, but through presence. In this space, joy returns. In this space, we remember we are more than our roles. We are beings, not doings. Finally, we turn to the digital world, a world that never sleeps, a world that demands attention like a child in distress. But not every beep is urgent. Not every message is meant for your peace. The Buddha taught detachment, not from love, but from craving. And what is constant scrolling, if not a craving for meaning in all the wrong places? Digital boundaries are revolutionary. To log off is a radical act of self-respect. Turn off notifications, set time limits, choose a day each week to be fully present in the real world. Notice the color of the sky, the texture of your tea, the voice of your child. These moments will never appear in your feed, but they will nourish you in ways no post ever could. All of this, every boundary, every pause, every no, is an invitation to come home to yourself, to live not in reaction, but in intention. The Buddha never said life would be quiet, but he showed us how to find quiet within the noise. So ask yourself gently, where am I saying yes when my soul is saying no? Where have I stretched so far I no longer feel myself? What would it look like today to begin again, to choose peace, not performance? Remember, boundaries are not hard edges. They are soft roots. They do not close us off. They hold us steady. And from that steadiness, everything blossoms. May you walk this life with clarity. May your yes be wholehearted. May your no be peaceful. And may your path be lined with the gentle strength of boundaries, set not from fear, but from love. If this message spoke to your heart, pause, breathe, and honor that pause. Perhaps share this wisdom with someone who needs it too. Subscribe to The Enlightened Mind for more reflections like this, anchored in ancient truths, spoken to the soul. And until we meet again, may you live with mindfulness, may you protect your peace, and may you always return to the stillness within.